What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be the West Extreme for beginners, and first things first is if you haven't seen the North Extreme or the South Extreme, I suggest you go watch the North Extreme first, because I show where you can get most of these gears that I had on my characters and all of that, and I explain custom skills. South Extreme pretty much going to be the same thing, but again, I recommend you go north first, south then this. But keep in mind for this one, I am going to be using my max Skyrans. Like I said before, you can do these with +5 weapons and level 50, but the only difference is going to be the accuracy required and pretty much how much damage you're going to be dealing. But you can still get through it. So pretty much same loadout. I'm using Stone Lotus on my default gear so I can down him. I technically don't even need this. I could swap this for something else, but for like a skill over here. But this is just what I always have for my main gear pretty much. Only thing that really changes is if I'm going for a higher raids on higher difficulty and I need accuracy, I'll do double abyssal ring stacking or changing to my light wolves. But I'm going to be doing it with Skyrans, so you can see, you can at least do it with that. Setup is going to be this. First thing is, let me change this, because I don't recommend having 3 down skills for beginners. So Nightmare Rain, and change that back to Hazard with my White Mist, and then that. So that's changed back, actually. Okay, yeah. So this is going to be the setup. Shine, again, down damage. Final Revolution is going to be for Hazard as well. Nightmare Rain is going to be for Hazard as well. And Starburst Stream is going to be for down damage. Again, if you haven't watched the North Extreme first, go do that so you can see more in-depth about those if you're curious. But in general for this raid, there's a lot of mobs. And it can take a while for your first time, but having these can make it a little easier. Cackling Devastator for AoE attacks. Now, if you don't know what this does, it pretty much does what it says. So your sword skills and stuff, they become they get an AoE range to them. Some skills are harder to hit mobs with. An example would be like Starburst Stream. Like when you see me fight the boss, he has his main body and his 2 arms. You'll mostly see when I use Starburst Stream, even though it has AoE, it mostly only hits his main body, and that's because you have to kind of position yourself in a way for it to hit his arm and his body for the AoE to kick in for Starburst. But the sword skills are different for those, so Killing Blow, always have this on. This is pretty much a buff, I'll say. If you need a lot more accuracy, at least, like say you need 3 accuracy passives, at least have Killing Blow. I'm using Clear Flash for more super art duration, and Evil God Bloodline for 10% strength. I'm also going to be using the 10% strength food at the boss, so I can get more of that. Skills, Galvanize, Bulwark, Billion Blossom, and Reaper's Wrath. And again, before you can go to the North Extreme, see the ticks I got on these. If you don't know what I mean by ticks, you click a skill, go to skill map, and click X on it, and you can buy these with skill points and you can activate them. And again, just the stuff that I got on these are just for cooldown reduction, so they can come back faster at least. Now for EX skill, I'm using Buffer. Buffer because it gives you more AoE range. So you go up in your list, Buffer, area of effect plus 100%. So your AoE attacks get more range to them. So that's why that is there. Now records, for me, I'm running Prodigy for more speed, since when I use my buffs, I'm going to have enough accuracy. Quick thing is the accuracy required for this raid. Now, I don't have an old screenshot of level 50 required accuracy, but based on level 70's required accuracy, I'm going to make a guesstimate at what you need at level 50. I would say around 460 to 470 plus accuracy is probably needed for level 50. Level 70, you'll need 430 plus accuracy. Level 80, you'll need 405 plus accuracy. Level 90, you'll need 390 plus accuracy. And level 100, you'll just need 365 plus accuracy. So if you're within those ranges and stuff, you'll be fine to hit. Now, again, if you need accuracy, instead of this persona for Prodigy, for more speed, you can run Nimble. Typically, Nimble is what you're mainly going to be running throughout all these extreme raids until you get higher accuracy. Now, that's it for my character. Now, for AIs, again, same setup for Philia. This pretty much never changes. She's my buffer AI. I use her for Tigers, Reaper, the another Bulwark, and a Firebolt Plus. Passives I got on her, SP regen, so since most of the time they probably can't even hit, but if you do upgrade their stuff, they will be able to hit. But if they can't hit, I put SP regen on them so they can at least get more SP faster while not hitting. Soul's End for max SP plus 100 so they can get 400. Spiritual Cage for more cooldown time, and Soul Extraction for SP consumption minus, which I don't think I even need 100, that's 200, 300. Yeah, I technically don't even need Soul Extraction, so you can replace this with probably something else. Pretty sure there's something else you can probably just fit right here instead. Yeah, you can put this on here, Sense Danger for more cooldown time. So yeah, because with this setup, with these buffs right here, she's only going to be spending 300 SP. So yeah, Soul Extraction isn't needed. So I'll go ahead and change that for sure. I think I skipped it. Yeah. But for characters who like have higher skills, like oh, also her record is Born Leader, so she can share those buffs with the other party members. Now, Silica is the same. Only thing different is I took Mind Break off of her because it was kind of tricky for me to balance it out for her. And so instead, I decided to put Venomous Curse right here instead of Mind Break. So Venomous Curse, Black Chains to get more special accuracy, Child of Chaos to get more special accuracy, also because of the debuffs they put, and Wits End for the 6.0 risk, and so it can hit since these two will give special accuracy. Her EX skill is Debuffer for special accuracy, Shadow Hand special accuracies, Mental Resonance special accuracy, cooldown time, and Hawkeye for more accuracy. Because Shadow Stitch, I do have this stuff on for her to land the slow debuff for Shadow Stitch. Now if you don't have Landscape Earrings, I would suggest using the Forgotten Earrings right here. Or not Forgotten Earrings, but the Earrings of Silence. You can get these from the West Raid and a chest. Give you dex and special accuracy. So I'd say go for high dex and high special accuracy on this. Her record is Tactical, which I believe is for SP. Yes, increases character's max SP, because she's going to be using a lot for these skills, because that's 125, 25, 150, and 100. So now Sheta, this is what I've thrown on her for now to help me. Also forgot to mention Silica's gear: Dagger White Knight +5, Close of Tranquility right there, Earrings of Silence, and then Abyssal Ring for Wits. that's what I got for that. Now, Shaita's gear, I did have time stream on her right here before, but I decided to put Graceful Needle on her to get more accuracy. Close of Tranquility for more special accuracy and dex. Ring of Tranquility for another bulwark. And Vice Gloves, this is from the Gleam Eyes, actually. There's also a accessory from the Legendary Smith I believe you can grab that has Burning Blade as well. So this just gives me more down damage, hazard attack, and broken and fatal state damage, so that's why that's there. But that's her setup. Gotta galvanize because I will use this first before I walk in the boss room. That way I can then use mine whenever this one runs out. And I decided to put Mind Break on her. You'll need at least more accuracy, so like she's 386 accuracy because I put Abyssal Ring and in silver on there, because you generally want higher accuracy with Mind Break, at least a little more higher than the needed accuracy. That way you know for sure you can land it. So again, she has Mental Resonance for special accuracy, Hawkeye, Shadow Hands for special accuracy, and High Precision for accuracy as well, because she's going to be also a debuffer for slow. And she's going to have Earrings of Silence and Forgotten Talisman to land the slow. Now, Forgotten Talisman, I just threw that on there because I don't think I really had anything else to throw on there, but she can definitely land it with this. Also, I didn't change her EX skill, but just to be safe, debuff her as well. So that's going to be a double slow debuff with Shadow Stitch, and I can remove that, but Shadow Stitch and Speak of Caliber. And her record, since she's my other buffer, put Born Leader on her. Now, that should be pretty much it. Only other thing I can say is, I guess for her, I could throw on Beauty Incarnation. Okay, yeah, I do have another one. Okay, so yeah, Beauty Incarnation. And that's pretty much it for the setup. And like I said, gonna be using Strength Food. And let me see, how many do I have? I have one. I'm gonna go make some extra ones before I go in the raid. But that's the setup I got for this. I tested yesterday, killed him in 1 down. It's probably gonna be up to like chain RNG for your 1 down if you're trying to go for it. But if not, he'll get up and you can just hazard him, you know, quickly before he does anything, so you'll be fine. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go make some more strength foods, and I'll see you guys inside the raid. Alright, so now that you're in the raid, right off the bat, I'd say go ahead and use your Galvanize, because you'll have it, and it can also cool down while you're doing the arena mobs after you kill the first mini boss. So go ahead and pop that, so that way you can just regen. Same thing in multiplayer. If you're doing multiplayer and somebody can share Galvanize Plus with everybody, have them pop it at the beginning of the raid. But yeah, you just want to do that. For the first mini boss, I'm going to use my buffs, because by the time I get to the second mini boss, which is the spider, it's already going to be done, so. Alright, so once you get up here, use your buffs that you need to. Like I said, if you're level 50, you definitely want to use your buffs. You probably want to use your debuffer as well to hit wits if you really need to. Go ahead and start. Hazard. Depending if you're in multiplayer as well, if somebody has Mind Break and they could land it, you can just have them instantly use Mind Break. But right there's a good example of something. You saw that his hazard buff filled up to max and it just disappeared after, and he didn't hazard. That is something that can happen in the game, a little bug, I guess you can say. So that is quite annoying, especially if you're fighting a boss. So just know that that can happen, as you saw right there. Go ahead and kill him. Alright, so if this guy takes you a while, your first go, you know, just practice learning more. Figure out what you really need to use to beat him efficiently, or just go level up more and get your gear upgraded more. I suggest if you to get max, or at least get full health before you go to this arena of mobs, because depending on your level and your gears and stuff, they can easily kill you. And I also suggest that if you're in there, use Steel 3 so you can get more defense. That way they at least won't instantly kill you. So another thing is, you see me doing it a lot probably, but if you don't feel like just evading an attack, just guard. It'll at least reduce the damage that you'll take without guarding. So at least just guard if you don't feel like dodging. Because I tend to do that a lot. If I don't feel like stepping out the way, or if I can't do it in time enough, I will just sit there and guard. Keep in mind, if you also, like, if there's anybody looking at this that farm shards heavily and put them in their temporary storage, keep in mind this raid you will get a lot of materials because you're killing these mobs, since you have to kill them to progress. So keep in mind that these items don't get sent in temporary storage as well. But yeah, like I said, depending on your gear, your level, and how much, or I guess how many times you've really practiced and gone through this raid, it can vary on like your completion time, or how much you'll struggle against some of these enemies. So just keep that in mind. Like, you seeing me go through these guys seems easy, but you can struggle. Especially first timers, you can struggle on these guys. They can kill you just as easily as the boss. And another thing I want to mention is, back whenever the level cap was 50 and me and my friends were doing this, we did run God Robe for these mobs, just so they couldn't, or at least we could at least take some hits without taking damage. So I believe my setup back then was pretty much the same. The only thing different was like Reaper's Wrath that I have on me. That's where I would put my God Robe, because in multiplayer, I was one, and then I think somebody else was. We had it to where at least multiple people could share a Reaper's from their AI. So that was at least the way we got through this. Like, these guys right here, these guys are probably the most deadly mobs in this raid, because they have a multi-hit peck attack, and even with God Robe, that can get rid of your God Robe pretty fast. So keep that in mind for these guys right here. Go ahead and throw on that HP regen just in case. But yeah, if you're doing this solo, like I said, this can vary with your completion times, your struggle. If you're doing this multiplayer and the people know what they're doing as well, and if you guys have certain roles you play, like one person having a buffer AI, one person having a debuffer, one person having one that can hit mind break, like, it can vary. Multiplayer, it'll be easier. The only thing to note in multiplayer is that the bosses, their hazard gauge is larger. So if you guys are doing a hazard build, It can take longer for you to fill up the boss's gauge because multiplayer increases their hazard gauge, how much you need to fill up. Also, right through this gate, mini boss, you can fight the mini boss there and get earrings of silence out the chest. So if you need that for your debuffer, for the special accuracy and also the dex, go ahead and get that in normal raids. Farm that in normal raids. But after you clear those, you're going to go the same route that you went when you first started the raid. So exactly the same route. Alright, so for this spider, I'm not going to use my galvanize because I don't think that'll come back in time for Golem. So I'm just going to use these buffs. I'm not going to let Silica do anything because I'm just going to hazard him. But also going to throw on a regen just to be safe as well, because this guy can kill you easily. There we go. I'm gonna show you something you can also do while you like if you need to wait for your buffs right before you fight Golem. But through that door you can fight a mini boss, a salamander, and the chest you can get from there is Clothes of Tranquility and Aberrant Armor. So Clothes of Tranquility, farm that if you need it for your debuffer for special accuracy and high dex, and Aberrant Armor is for your character. With also the passive on it is increases your attack, and that's pretty good. The armor is pretty good depending on if you want to use the skill parameters on sword skills to get more of a damage boost. But as you can see, I need to wait on my 3 buffs for Golem. So what I'm gonna do is after you kill the spider, as soon as you come down these steps, you can wait right here in this room, because Golem will walk all the way over here. So this is good if, like, say you're solo and you need to go take a break, or if you're a multiplayer and somebody needs to go to the bathroom or get them something to drink, you know, just wait right here. If you don't use your buffs on the spider, then you can instantly just keep running in that direction right over there, and you will run into the Golem. I suggest fighting him. If you're fast enough, killing the spider and getting over there, kill him up in his spawn room. There'll be an empty room over there, and just hit him if you need to pull his aggro and have him walk with you all the way to his spawn room. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and wait on these buffs, and I will cut right here and see you guys when Golem shows up. Alright, so now that Golem is over here, it took him a while. It can take him a while to come over here, but like I said, if you're solo and you need to take a break, you know, go to the bathroom or something like that, you can just wait right here. But Golem, go ahead and buff. Go ahead and use this stuff on Silica. And need to go ahead and build up some SP for Galv. There we go. And just hazard. And there we go. So that's how you can deal with that. So then just run this direction, and you'll be able to go to the boss room door right here. So go through there. This is where, if you're first timer and you can't get through the whole raid pretty quickly, I would say this right here is where you would want to eat your strength food. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Go to the food section, eat the strength food right here. Alright, so now that we have our other AIs, I'm gonna go ahead and take this moment to heal. So go ahead and heal. I'm gonna lose HP regardless because doing my other buffs, but just to have full health right now. So first things first, let me make sure. Shayta, okay, yeah, she has Born Leader. Alright, so Shayta, I'm gonna be using her as Mind Break, but I also have some buffs on there. So I'm gonna want to pop Galv, Bulwark, then Burning Blade. Then I'm gonna swap to Philia, do my buffs on her. Then I'm gonna swap to my character and do my buffs right here. So now when we go in, we want to use Mind Break. Hopefully he doesn't attack right away. That way I can use Mind Break, but let me see. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna instantly have to activate Mind Galvanize when I go up in there because I don't have enough SP for Shayta to use it right off the bat. So we're gonna control her, and then we're gonna set Silica as our partner. That way, when we're done Mind Breaking him, we can instantly switch to Silica to put those debuffs on him and hit wits. So hopefully this goes smoothly. If Mind Break doesn't hit, I'll just have to hazard him with my character. So depending on his attack as well, if this fight can be long for you, make sure to call your AIs. Like if he's about to attack and your AIs are in the way, make sure to call your AI so they can move. But there we go, that lands. Go ahead and put these other debuffs on them. And then switch to my character. So go ahead, command that. And you see, even with AoE, it's only hitting this main body for Starburst. But then if you get like in a certain position, you can hit both, like that right there. It was hitting his arm and his main body. I think I'm kind of stuck underneath his arm right here, which is not really good. Okay, there we go. See, and double circular hit all of them. But yeah, you just have to mostly be in a position. There we go. Destroyed that. There we go. And since both of his arms are destroyed, he's pretty much only taking damage from his main body now. He can he will regen these arms, so don't worry about that. And just keep telling your Silica or whoever your dagger debuffer is and your rapier user, just keep telling them to, you know, use their speed debuff moves to keep that on him. But you see his arm is now regen, it's back, so he's taking damage from both of those as well. But anyway, that's the setup. Like I said, if you got pretty much what I've got, that can be a 1 down or it can be close to a 1 down. But that's pretty much it for that. If you don't want to use, I'd say another thing that could probably be good as well for starting out is Blade Dance. So instead of this Evil God Bloodline for 10% strength, you can put Blade Dance there. Excuse me. Me, myself, I typically don't use Blade Dance. I tend to stay away from it. But if you don't know, Blade Dance just gives you follow-up attacks. It basically makes one hit turn into another hit. So like Starburst, that's 16 hits. So if you put Blade Dance on it, it's going to be 16 more hits. The only thing is the extra hit that it does, it's not going to be the full damage hit. So say I hit 1 mil on a hit for the first hit on Starburst. The second hit from the follow-up attack for Blade Dance isn't going to be exactly 1 mil, it's going to be reduced. So that can also be good because it can hazard them faster, and you can also do a little more damage, because if you're hitting really hard, then your follow-up attack will hit hard. So like for Shine Circular, the follow-up attack for that is going to hit hard. Starburst, depending on how hard you hit, the follow-up attack will hit hard, but generally it can be good for starting out. So that's what I would say change for passives if you need that. Clear Flash, like I said, this is just more super art duration. This is just really good just to be in super arts longer and stuff. But that's pretty much the setup and how you can go about this whole raid. I don't think I left anything out, but if you do have further questions about this, let me know down below and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability if I can. But like I said, that's it. And you know, practice this raid. If you need to do multiplayer and you and your friends, you know, do the setup and stuff like that, have one person, either have 1 or 2 people buff with their dagger characters to share with everybody, or to at least share Reaper and Firebolt if somebody does have Firebolt. But have them share. Have one person who can land Wit and have another person who can do a Mind Break if possible, because that can help. But if not, then everybody just go hazard build. Have hazard build on just in general, just in case. But like I said, multiplayer you can have an easier time since it's multiple people attacking the same boss with their gear. But only thing noteworthy is their hazard gauge is bigger, so it can take you longer to hazard him at least. But yeah, that's it for this video. You know, down below, let me know if you have any questions or something like that, or need to know something, and I'll answer. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.